Prince Andrew's future still uncertain as Frogmore Cottage remains vacant. Overnight, a Buckingham Palace spokesperson confirmed that Frogmore Cottage, the former home of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, remains unoccupied and has not been taken over by another royal resident. The spokesperson would not comment on who would be the property's next inhabitants, but it raises question marks around the disgraced Duke of York's planned future residence. Frogmore Cottage has been vacant since Prince Harry and Meghan were forced to hand back their keys soon after stepping away from royal duties. Welcome to Royal Pancakes. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and click the notifications bell, so you don't miss any news about the British monarchy. It had previously been earmarked as a potential new home for Prince Andrew and his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, who currently live in the much larger Royal Lodge. But there has been no confirmation as to whether this will eventuate. After becoming the subject of a civil sexual assault case and being outed as a close friend of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew was stripped of his military titles and royal patronages. A short statement issued from Buckingham Palace at the time announced the news. With the Queen's approval and agreement, the Duke of York's military affiliations and royal patronages have been returned to the Queen, it read. The Duke of York will continue not to undertake any public duties and is defending this case as a private citizen. Royal sources also revealed at the time that the Duke of York will no longer use the title His Royal Highness, HRH, according to commentator Victoria Murphy. Despite his fall from grace, Prince Andrew was supported by his mother the late Queen Elizabeth II, who helped buy his legal bills, amounting to a reported £8 million, $14 million, and ensured Prince Andrew still had a vital role to play within the royal family. Amid the fallout, Prince Andrew continued to reside at the Royal Lodge, which is a part of the Crown Estate, with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, where he still resides today. But since the late Queen's passing, uncertainty around Prince Andrew's fate is rife, with his other royal relatives reportedly being less supportive. Last month, Charles reportedly gave Andrew an ultimatum after his younger brother refused to move out of the Royal Lodge. The move comes as Charles reportedly wants to move his eldest son, William the Prince of Wales, and his family into the 30-bedroom estate. He reportedly plans to relocate Andrew to Frogmore Cottage, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's former royal residence, which has 4 bedrooms and spans 40 hectares. Charles' reported desire to downsize Prince Andrew comes as he appears somewhat unrelenting in continuing to restrict the Duke. As well as a drop in living space, last year Charles reduced his brother's £249,000, approximately $436,000 Australian dollars, annual allowance, on which he now depends. Our oil experts have weighed in on King Charles' treatment of his brother Prince Andrew, speculating about when the disgraced Duke of York's punishment will end. Andrew was stripped of his military titles in 2022, lost the use of the HRH title in public and his royal patronages in the wake of his settlement with accuser Virginia Giuffre. In the 2 years since Andrew's fall from grace, Charles, his elder brother and the British monarch, appears somewhat unrelenting in continuing to restrict the Duke. Hello Magazine's royal editor Emily Nash, and The Sun's royal editor Matt Wilkinson discussed the issue on Royal Exclusive following Andrew's absence at last week's public Most Noble Order of the Garter service at St. George's Chapel in Windsor. The Duke instead attended a private luncheon as part of the official festivities. I think what we've seen from the King, particularly at Christmas and a couple of other events in recent years, is he has kept the Duke of York as part of the family, and the family events, Nash said. If he's taking part in things behind closed doors, it doesn't particularly bother me. Wilkinson said it was perhaps important to remember the royals are also a family, a sentiment Nash agreed. This is a family, this is his brother, she said, before Wilkinson interjected. He's punished him, the journalist said of Charles's treatment of Andrew.